From Wave, your Kentucky Derby official station, this is Sunrise at the Downs. Sponsored by River City Bank.
Tonight, the best 3-year-old fillies in the world will look to win that trophy and the Garland of Lilies. It is the 152nd Kentucky Oaks.
And for the first time ever, the race will be run under the lights in prime time, bringing a new national audience to the historic race.
Beautiful shot there of the Twin Spires as the sun is coming up on this Friday morning. It is the first Friday of May, May the 1st. 8:40 tonight is the time for that Oaks race, a field of 14 horses hoping to become the champion. And we say good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us here. I'm Shannon Kogan.
And I'm Olivia Russell. Happy Oaks Day. All the kids waking up. I mean, they don't have school, so they're going to enjoy the day too. Even though it's a night race, I was kind of wondering, hey, are schools going to be like,
good point.
But no, hey, they're still out of school. That was my favorite Derby tradition growing up for Oaks Day. But we are off to a chilly start. Meteorologist Juan Andrew joining us now. Hey, you warned us about this. We knew.
Yeah, and it's going to be chilly again tomorrow morning, so we'll keep an eye on all of it. But what we have going on right now, those temperatures in the 40s in the metro area, some low 50s further to the north where the clouds have been locked in, and 30s further to the south. I've never been so grateful for 40s here at Churchill Downs, so that's where we're sitting at as of right now. We do have quite a few clouds overhead, and a little bit of drizzle has been still trying to pop up just ahead of that cold front off towards our west. So we're seeing that happening for those of you in portions of Du Bois County, but overall, not too shabby. I get sunshine here at Churchill Downs right now. Now, we're going to keep that mix of sun and clouds throughout the rest of the day, watching for some more of those light rain chances and drizzle in between now and about 10 a.m. As we continue a little bit further into the afternoon, we got that drier weather coming our way with highs getting back into the low 60s. Ladies.
Thank you, Tawana. But trainers and jockeys hoping the lights aren't too bright for their fillies.
Yeah, let's take a look right now at the field. Zany is the current favorite, trained by Todd Pletcher. That horse will be breaking from gate number 2. The current odds for Zany right now are 9-2, and she's proven that she can get that distance of 1 1/8 miles because she won a race at that length in December.
Another top contender is the 9-horse Always a Runner, trained by Chad Brown. Twin Spires has her at 5-1 odds. She's already won a race at that same exact distance too, so she's proven that she can do it.
And then another top contender, Bob Baffert's Explora. Explora will be breaking from the 1 hole. However, I still like this horse a lot. Flavian Pratt has the mount on Explora. If he can get her to relax, I think that she's going to do really well. She already has over $1 million in earnings. So let's take a look right now at the full Oaks field.
3 horses have scratched out of the race. That would be My Miss Mo, Bottle of Rouge, and Bella Ballerina. That means 3 horses have entered the field. So we have Lovely Gray, Nikon, and Resist. The first race today is set for 12:30. The gates to Churchill Downs will open at 11 a.m. and there are 13 races throughout the day.
You know, this is such a hard race to figure out because I'm looking at what I'm going to bet and I keep adding. I'm like going to put money on all 14.
There's a reason to put your money on all of them. There's a reason why they're in this field too. So all winners.
Yeah, and one of the fillies that will be taking part in Kentucky Oaks had a Shelby County breeder and shares right now that one of the competitors is his first filly to ever go for the Garland of Lilies.
And while horses can come from all over, that very horse is building up a local fan base who have affectionately dubbed her as the people's horse. So news reporter Julia Richardson talked to the team getting this thoroughbred to the next part of her journey, which is basically now the starting gate.
On Friday night, all eyes will be on the Kentucky Oaks, but what you might not know is one of those horses on the track was raised right here in Shelbyville. Driving around Shelbyville, you'll see dozens of horse farms. If you see this one, you may find it unassuming.
Well, we are small. I mean, we are. We have 7, 8 mares.
But it was where this Oaks hopeful, Lovely Gray, was raised.
See what your sister does tomorrow.
Jim Paliafito has been breeding horses for around 35 years. In that time, many of them have raced, but none have made it to the Oaks until now.
To get to this point, to have a filly running at this level it's very rewarding.
Up until a few months ago, Paliafito and his team of partners were caring for Lovely Gray. In the past year, Lovely Gray won the Colonial Downs and came in second in the Bourbonnais Oaks and in the Cincinnati Trophy Stakes.
There's people who spend millions and millions of dollars on buying yearlings and sometimes don't get into this position, so we're blessed.
While she's not the favorite to win the Oaks, Paliafito says her being in the race is enough.
They have her very much of a long shot, but, she's a very hard trying, and, hey, they run the race for a reason, so, fingers crossed.
When I asked him if he'll be at the track tomorrow, he said,
8:30 at night, I'd rather watch it on TV, to be honest with you. You get better coverage, she'll do her best, that we know.
Julia Richardson, Wave News.
Thank you, Julia. And at the beginning of March, Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy bought Lovely Gray, and you said that he only buys gray.
He said he was only going to buy gray horses.
That's interesting. I wonder what that philosophy is.
There are a lot of people who are superstitious about gray horses, so that could be it, or maybe he just loves the color. But he's been a fan of horse racing for a while. He had posted online that he was going to get here on Thursday, so maybe we'll see him wandering around here.
We could, yes. So Lovely Gray trained by Kelsey Danner, and we'll have jockey Dylan Davis aboard in the Oaks race coming up in just about 13 hours from now.
But today we will have not just the Survivors Parade, but Wave is your ticket inside the track for Oaks Day and all of your Oaks Day coverage. So we'll bring you live races, the fashion, and the pageantry that'll be showcased at Churchill Downs today. Plus, we'll of course highlight the Survivors Parade. So our full Oaks Day coverage starts at 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, that was quite a day for Louisville native horse trainer Whit Beckman. He woke up Wednesday morning. He didn't have an Oaks horse, didn't have a Derby horse. Now he has a horse in both of those huge races. On Wednesday, he found out his filly, Nikon, made it into the Oaks. That was after My Miss Mo scratched. And yesterday, Brad Cox's full effort scratched from the Derby. So now Beckman's Oselli is in the Run for the Roses.
Yeah, I mean, we were quietly confident that, if things were going to play out the way they have in years past, that we would get close and, get lucky and get in. And looks like a stroke of luck got us in the right place.
So Whit Beckman got his start here at Churchill Downs. He is a St. X grad. Exciting for him. So a lot of those St. X kids, I bet, will put money on Beckman's horses. Trainer Brad Cox did scratch full effort, but he still has two other horses in the Derby race. That is Commandment and Further Ado. I'm actually going to go with Further Ado for the Derby. I caught up with Brad after he had to scratch full effort from the race. Isn't this disappointing? You're just a couple days out.
Yeah, for sure. But, it's just part of it. And you have to, just move forward, do what's right for the horse and regroup.
And a heads up here for anyone who might be heading out to the track, parking and traffic, probably going to be a big challenge as we're used to out here. The Kentucky Expo Center will have free parking with shuttles going to and from Churchill Downs. But if you don't already have on-site parking, but you have reserved seating with frontside access, you'll have to park over there at the Expo Center, which is included with your ticket. If you have on-site parking, make sure you have that ticket ready to be scanned when you enter the lot so it moves quickly and there is no re-entry into the parking lots.
Tonight, the Garland of Roses will be created at the Middletown Kroger. Thanks to Kroger, by the way, for these beautiful lilies as well. So the florist will start crafting that garland at 4:30 tonight. The Garland of Roses is 2.5 yards long, 14 inches wide. It weighs about 40 pounds. Can you imagine being the horse and you just won the Derby and then they put 40 pounds on top of you also?
No, that'd be pretty heavy. I'd say, let me sit down and relax.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me lay under the blanket.
Right. There are 426 roses in the blanket. About 70 people work on that, and they're going to be working on it until about 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, I just love seeing it all come together, too. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's where you went as a kid growing up here.
I lived right down the street, and I thought that was just so normal. Everyone goes to see the Garland of Roses. Apparently they don't.
Right.
But, hey, really cool to check out. But horses getting ready and warmed up on the track. A couple of our Japanese horses out there right now. We have
Wonder Dean
out there, and then
Wonder Dean.
Wonder Dean.
Yeah, and it was interesting. Earlier today, we were talking to Kate Hunter, who works with the Japanese race teams, and she was saying that this is probably the biggest difference is that they have such a long warm-up before getting out on the track. So they're in the chute right now.
Yeah, they spend some extra time out there before they have full access to the track. So just getting those legs extra warmed up this morning on a chilly Oaks morning. We'll be right back.
Oh, look who we have with us here, Bobby Flay. Wow. How did you get into horse racing?
Oh, I've been in horse racing basically my entire adult life. My grandfather took me to Saratoga when I was like an early teen. I've never looked back. I've been in the horse business for a long time.
And now you're an owner of one of the Oaks horses, Brooklyn Blonde. What do you like about her?
Well, I named her after my girlfriend. Her name is Brooke. And so Brooke and I own the horse together. This is Brooke's first horse, and she's got a horse in the Kentucky Oaks.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
is she here?
She's not here. She's back at the hotel.
Okay.
But and Brooklyn Blonde is running in her silks. So this is the first time that Brooke has had a horse run in her silks, and she's running in the Kentucky Oaks. I told her it doesn't happen this year every year. Don't get used to this at all.
Right. What do the silks look like?
They're actually pink and green. They're very preppy, I would say.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few years ago, I remember this video went viral of on the red carpet where you pulled the name of a horse.
How do you remember this?
Because I laughed so much.
So
He
what
pulled
happened?
the name of the horse.
Rich Strike.
He rolled his eyes. He says, "This horse isn't gonna win."
Exactly what I said, and of course.
Wait, how did you pull it?
It was out of a hat.
I was on the red carpet here, and they were just saying they were asking celebrities to pull horses' names out and see who they picked, and literally Rich Strike was the longest shot on the board. And I remember handicapping the night before, and I pulled it out and I said Rich Strike, and I was like, this horse is not winning, and of course won the Kentucky Derby. So it went viral because people put together me saying that, and then 2 seconds later, and the winner is Rich Strike, from the race caller.
That's awesome. So do you have any horse that you're like, this one's not going to win this year that I can put money on?
Right.
I'm not saying that at all.
Write that down.
Exactly.
Okay, so Brooklyn Blonde is going to be toward the end of the gate. How do you feel about that?
Well, actually, so she when they drew the post position. She was number 14 on the outside.
Right.
But now with some defection, she's actually 11th. Actually, we actually really like where she is because she has some speed. So hopefully she'll be clear and be sort of towards the front as they break.
Okay. And then what do you think about the food here? Are you gonna like?
When you say the food here, like in Louisville?
At Churchill.
Churchill? No, Churchill. Listen, this is an unbelievable undertaking. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people here that they have to feed, and they do a fantastic job.
All right,
awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. We just grabbed him, and we're like, hey, we've got to put you on air. So thank you so much for jumping in here.
I'm not really TV ready, but for you guys,
and he said I just need coffee, and I said we have coffee here, so I'm gonna make this coffee for Bobby here.
Full service of the way.
Full service, yeah. Yes. And he's not even picky about the flavor of the creamer. So
all right,
okay.
Well, are we going to weather now?
To Tawana.
Let's send things over to Tawana for a look at the weather.
I'm so jealous right now. I love Bobby Flay since I was a kid, so that's really cool. That to see him doing the thing in terms of horse racing this morning, and hopefully he's okay with the weather because it is a bit chilly out there. We're still watching that front moving closer and closer to us, and they're still watching these showers trying to pop up along that front right now. We're seeing some of that light rain for those of you in Indiana. The further to the south, you're probably like, we're barely even seeing any clouds overhead, and that is the case in Kentucky. But here at Churchill Downs, we're seeing that sun now overhead with some clouds drifting by. A beautiful morning. Let's look into Indiana because anywhere from Perry County all the way up into portions of Lawrence County and Jackson County, you still have that drizzle. You still have a little bit of that light rain in your area to start off the day. And because of the extra clouds and that light rain in your area, you're warmer in Indiana, upper 40s and low 50s right now. 47 here at Churchill Downs and also at the airport. And we're seeing 39 degrees in Bardstown, 37 into Columbia. So the further south you are, the colder you are this morning. In terms of what we're looking at for the rest of the day, your temperatures are going to jump into the low 60s for your high. So we have a decent warm up coming our way, keeping that mix of sun and clouds throughout most of the day. But we will add in extra clouds as we get closer to about 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the Louisville metro as we watch that front moving through, bringing those areas of drizzle into our region. So we'll watch for that pretty closely, that light rain as well. But most of that's going to be along and north of I-64. We get into the afternoon, staying mainly dry with those clouds overhead in a few areas of drizzle. A couple of spotty showers are possible this evening, but that's mainly for those of you northeast of Louisville. We get into your Derby day. The extra clouds overhead for tomorrow will keep us a bit cooler along with that northerly flow. So we're talking about highs for tomorrow, mainly in the 50s. We're going to try to touch that 60-degree mark, but most of the afternoon will be in the 50s for your Derby day. So plan accordingly. Also, with a quick disturbance moving through the region for tomorrow, there is a small rain chance as we head throughout the day, but overall, I think we're going to be pretty good. Now, what we're dealing with as we head into the rest of the 10-day, a warmer day on your Sunday with highs back into the 60s then, 70s showing up on Monday as we add in some rain chances, and we're still closely monitoring Tuesday night into Wednesday morning because that is when we're going to be seeing a little bit more of those storms pushing through, and some of those could be on the stronger side. Once we get past that, just some scattered showers for next Thursday and Friday, and then we see some beautiful weather as we head into your Mother's Day weekend. Ladies,
perfect for the moms out there. Thank you, Tawana.
I just ditched the jacket. I'm actually feeling okay.
Okay, I haven't quite gotten there yet, my wrap, but hey, it's still a little bit chilly this morning.
Yes, okay. A lot of people will stop at a place very close to Churchill Downs. It is a tradition for many, and it'll be a big party today and tomorrow.
Yeah, right around the corner from Churchill Downs is Wagner's Pharmacy, where our Rob Wells is this morning.
It's not really a pharmacy, though.
No, it's the diner, though, that people come for. Good morning, Rob.
Olivia, Shannon, thanks so much. This has been an institution since 1922, right across from Churchill Downs, the best breakfasts and lunches in town. Not only is it that, but it's a walk down memory lane, memorabilia all over the walls from decades of all the horse winners, all the things that make Louisville and the state of Kentucky so great. Pam Pryor has been here for the last 25 years. What goes into all this time of year? You have to have so much energy and a lot of preparation, both mentally and physically, for this big week.
Oh, yes, you have to. You got to get a lot of rest. a lot of sleep and just come in and do your best you can.
Best you can.
Yeah.
And we just had Bobby Flay on, and you know a little something about Bobby Flay. Not only is this place a great place to eat, but it's been a production site for some movies. How do you know good old Bobby?
We had a throwdown in here with Bobby. He's a very nice man, too. I really like him. Very nice.
Talk to me about the production of Secretariat and all the other films. You're in that. I'm dealing with a movie star right here, folks, front and center. Talk to me about that.
They came in here to do like a 3-minute segment of it. It took us 15 and a half hours to do. It was a lot of people came in. I met, I met a little blue-eyed lady. I can't think of her name right off the bat, but in Secretariat, but she was so sweet. Diane Lane.
She's awesome.
I loved her. She was so sweet.
And you said the other film that was made here, you had a part, they cut that, but they certainly liked your cooking.
Yeah, they used my food in that movie with Orlando Bloom and Kirsten Dunst, Elizabethtown. We did that one here also.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with royalty right here. I'm making new friends all over. So again, this place is cool. It's usually open just breakfast and lunch, but you're open later tonight, right?
Yes, we're going to open tonight between 7 and 10. We're going to have a band outside. We're going to have a limited menu. You can come in and eat, watch your little races and stuff, have some drinks. 10 o'clock, we'll move the party out to outside, and you'll party till 2:30 or whatever, and have a good time with us.
All right, Pam, thanks so much.
Thank you.
This is the place to be. We'll have a lot more for you coming up right after this quick break.
There they go. Good morning, 7:22. For the first time ever, the Kentucky Oaks race will be taking place during prime time.
Usually set for the third to last race of the day, the Oaks race will now be the final race of the day. This year, post time set for 8:40 p.m. with the sun setting at 8:34. That means the race will be under the lights of Churchill Downs for the first time in the race's history. Despite the time change, though, Churchill Downs says Oaks Day will stay true to its central themes and traditions of pink fashion, the Survivors Parade, and women's health advocacy. The first race of Oaks Day begins at 12:30 with the gates opening at 11 a.m. and there are 13 races today, so it will be a long one.
It's a long day, right? Yeah.
But running under the dark is nothing new to Churchill Downs.
Yeah, they've had night racing here at Churchill Downs since they first debuted the lights on June 19, 2009, marking a big shift for the 135-year history year of the track. Churchill Downs officials say an estimated 28,000 people packed the track for the first ever Downs After Dark's 11 race card. But now about 40,000 people show up for those night races. It is fun. Downs After Dark will happen again on May 16th and June 20th of this year. And after the Oaks race, it's a whole bunch of partying.
And tonight, Wave News will take you live to some of the biggest bashes across the city. Join us at 9 o'clock tonight for our Night at the Gala special that's hosted by myself and Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harnett. We'll be taking you inside those parties to the red carpets, talking to all the big celebrities in town. And you don't know who's going to walk down that carpet, but we can't wait to do those interviews. So awesome to see her. Yeah,
That's awesome.
This year, packed house too.
Yeah, stay with us on Wave News. Our coverage of Oaks Day will start at 10 o'clock, and then we're going to be bringing you all the excitement all day long.
Happy Oaks Day. Good luck out there.
This Wave News update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
And good morning. Yes, it is Oaks Day. Welcome to the backside here at Churchill Downs. I'm Shannon Kogan.
And I'm Olivia Russell. And for the first time ever, the Kentucky Oaks race will happen in prime time. Usually set for the third to last race of the day, the Oaks race will now be the final race. This year, the post time is set for 8:40 p.m. That means the sun's setting at 8:34. So the race will be under the lights of Churchill Downs for the first time in the race's history.
Despite that time change, though, Churchill Downs says Oaks Day will stay true to its central themes and traditions of pink fashion, the Survivors Parade, and women's health advocacy. The first wave of Oaks Day begins at 12:30 p.m. Gates open at 11 a.m. And Waves coverage will start at 10 a.m. And now let's go to Tawana. How are we looking for this Oaks Day?
Yeah, we're still going to keep an eye on some small rain chances. And this morning we are chilly, ranging from low 50s for those of you in Indiana where you've had more clouds overhead to 30s further to the south of the parkways where you have clear skies for most of the night and into early this morning. So what we're going to be dealing with for this morning will be a few more of those spotty showers trying to move into those areas further to the north, especially because of that cold front. But the rain this morning will be light and mainly confined to areas north of I-64. That dry air really helping to limit how much we're dealing with. Now, in terms of your afternoon temperatures, as we see drier conditions for everyone, highs will be into the low 60s across our area. So things looking pretty good overall as we head into your Oaks afternoon. Once you get towards post time, going to be watching the radar for areas northeast of the metro. As of what we're seeing towards Churchill Downs, most of us should be driving. We should be in the 50s actually by that point. Now, once we get into the next 10 days, we are going to see some chillier temperatures, more clouds overhead for Derby Day, and then warming up with more storms as we head into next week.